Good morning. It's morning. Okay, yeah. Good morning and Happy New Year. I'm so happy we are done with 2020. Hold that thought. Okay, so a lot's been going on. I actually just got back home from the doctor's. It's 10 o'clock. Had to take Julian back to his pediatrician. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know that I have been dealing with him being sick for pretty much over 2 weeks now. I'll go into more detail about that later on once he wakes up. Right now, since both boys are sleeping and the kids are content in their room, I'm going to attempt to try and clean the kitchen. I also have to season tonight's dinner, which I'm making stew chicken. I feel like whenever I record, I'm either making tacos, bow tie pasta, or stew chicken. I never record when I'm making anything else. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, the apartment is a mess. I went into the new year with a messy apartment, which I don't know if any of you guys know the whole, you can't go into the new year with messy apartment, dirty clothes, dirty laundry. But with Julian being sick and Babe working overnight, it was pretty hard to get anything done around here. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna attempt to clean it. Also have to bring in the containers for the Christmas stuff. I'm gonna be leaving the Christmas tree up because Ariyanna gets back home tomorrow, and she'll open her gifts, and I don't want to take it down because I don't want her to feel like, oh, it's not Christmas. Like, I don't know. She said I can take it down, but okay, I'm coming. She said I could take it down, but I still don't want to. I actually had to move it over. I ended up bringing my desk out here. Just always moving something around. I want to put all the other Christmas decor away, so gotta go wipe Aaliyah. Then I'm gonna go to our storage, get some stuff, and yeah. Yes, I'm drinking soda at 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't judge me. This is like my coffee because I don't drink coffee. Julian just woke up. Hi, Papa Nico. Hey. Alright. So here's Mr. Papa Nico, Mr. Julian. I don't know if you guys can tell, but he has pretty much a rash from his head all the way down to his toes. He had all over his face. Poor baby. So On the 17th, I'm going to just run everything down. 17th, they had their 4-month checkup and they received their 4-month-old shots, which I believe it was 3 of them. Yeah. So the next day, Julian started having diarrhea. I just contributed to him getting his vaccines. So some days had passed and he still had diarrhea. But out of nowhere, he pooped and he had mucus in his stool. So it looked like he blew his nose through his butt. I made him an appointment for his pediatrician, and he saw the doctor. And when I showed her the picture of the diaper, she's like, well, first of all, I Googled mucus in your stool, and it came up that breastfed babies have mucus in their stool. Allergic reaction can cause mucus in the stool. An infection can cause mucus in the stool. Teething can cause mucus in the stool. So, actually on the 17th as well, that night I had gave him carrots. Both him and Jovanni got carrots because his doctor had said that they were ready to start solids. So I had bought, whatever. So the next day when the diarrhea started, I'm like, oh crap, is it from the carrots? So I didn't give him any more carrots the next day. And so when I Googled the mucus in the stool, it said allergic reaction. So now I'm like freaking out because I'm like, great, is he allergic to the carrots? Hold that thought. Jovanni is now awake. I don't know how, they're in totally separate rooms. I don't know how they wake up at the same time. It's so weird. Hold on. Definitely getting harder to carry the boys at the same time.
What happened to you? You want to keep it? I want to get all my old toys too.
Spoiled. Yeah, he has a rush.
Mom, this a key?
Go there.
Mom, this a key.
No, go. Go play. Alright, so he needs to eat, and he probably is going to have a fit because I'm going to put him down. So watch me, deal with 2 babies. Now that everyone's fed, well, Julian's nursing right now, I'll fill you guys in with everything else. So, ow! Julian. No. Hey, no, that hurts. That hurts, mommy. And he's definitely feeling better. Back to biting my nipple. Okay, so he started pooping mucus. Took him to the doctor. And I told her, I Googled it and I told her what I knew because, I do research. She said that the amount of mucus that was in his stool didn't really justify any one of those things except for like infection. She wanted to do further testing, so she ordered a stool sample, which I had to collect. So that was like the 22nd, I want to say, or maybe the 20th. I don't know exact dates. So after she ordered that, it took me pretty much 2 days to collect the stool because he had diarrhea, so it was just being absorbed into his diaper, and it was just really hard to collect. So after like 2 days, at the end of the second day, he started pooping while I was changing his diaper, so I had Babe go and get the containers that I had to fill, and I tried to catch, his poop coming out, which it worked, but then he started pooping blood. So that was the first time that I had to take him to the ER. So I took him to the ER. He has an anal fissure, which is just like a cut on his butthole, which I did not see in Julian's case. So what he was showing me, it was red, but it wasn't like a cut per se. So I was just like, okay. And I was going to the doctor, back to the doctor the next day anyway. So I was just like, you know what? Don't even start anything, Angela. Just get your baby and go home because I was already annoyed at that. I went to the next doctor's appointment at his pediatrician, told them what was going on. They checked and she was just like, yeah, I definitely don't see an anal fissure. She was like, did he show you where? And I was like trying to show her where he was showing me. She's like, I don't see anything. And I'm like, yeah, I've been putting Aquaphor, which I've been doing since the beginning of him having diarrhea because I didn't want him to get a diaper rash. And I'm just like, I just didn't see it. So she, the lab work still wasn't back with his stool. So they really didn't have much to go off of. One of, like, the proteins, like the milk protein was elevated in his blood work or his stool, but they said that she didn't want to say like, oh, he's allergic until they got the final results. So they were going to call me once the results came in. The next day after that, he started getting fevers, and his fever got up to 102 point something, and I was like, I'm calling the doctor. So called the doctor and got another appointment. So now we see the doctors again, and they're like, what is going on? Okay, check him over. And that was New Year's Eve. They wanted to see if they wanted to take a urine sample. What are you doing? They wanted to take a urine sample, so they were going to be using a catheter to collect his urine, which they did. Horrible. If you ever know a baby to get a catheter. So they couldn't get any urine out of him from the catheter. So at that point, they said that he was severely dehydrated and I needed to go to the ER. So they sent me to the ER, which I went to a different one. They didn't recommend me going back to the ER I originally went to. What's the matter? You can't have that, Bob. You can't have it. Okay, puppy. Okay. So we get to the ER and they took his vitals and then they started ordering all these labs and whatnot. So they did another stool test. They got urine. They actually got urine from him this time. Wasn't a lot. And then they also ordered some blood work, which took the longest. By this time, he had developed a slight cough, but nothing where I'm concerned about it, So he coughed while we were in the hospital. He also had a fever. So they wanted to test him for COVID, which you might be thinking, oh, why would you put your baby through that if you know he doesn't have COVID? Because honestly, I knew he didn't have COVID. He doesn't go out. We don't go out. Only Babe. Yes, he works in the hospital, but he's super careful. He actually doesn't work directly with COVID patients. Just he has facial hair and he doesn't pass the mask test for that, so he can't go inside the COVID rooms or work directly with someone with COVID. So, yeah, we knew that he didn't. I knew he didn't have COVID, but I went ahead and let them do the test. He actually didn't even cry. He didn't flinch. And it wasn't that he was sleeping or anything like that. He was completely awake. It didn't faze him. When they did the catheter there, that also didn't faze him. I don't know if he was like already traumatized from the first one. Now the blood work was something different. It took over an hour for them to get blood from him because he was so dehydrated. They couldn't find a vein. The vein they originally found, it collapsed right as, they went to go take the blood. So they had to try, they even brought a sonogram, ultrasound to, I guess, find the veins so that they can get blood, which I've never seen be done before. And I was a phlebotomist, so I didn't even know of that technique. Obviously, that's not something medical assistants probably do, that's why. But they finally got blood from him, and then once they got the blood, they went ahead and they gave him his IV fluids. And by that time, he was so exhausted from fighting with the blood work, he passed out. He fell asleep. So pretty much his blood work came back fine. His I think the white blood count was slightly elevated due to the infection, because obviously he has an infection. And also by this time he started developing a rash. It was coming out through his head and it went down to his neck and stomach. So the COVID test came back negative. They did an ultrasound of his belly. They took x-rays of his belly just to make sure his GIs and intestines, everything was okay. But oddly enough, some of his labs didn't come back, and we did get discharged. They didn't want to keep us there, for New Year's, which I was fine with as long as he was okay. And I think once he got hydrated, he probably started feeling a little bit better. So they let us go. Pretty much when they discharged us. Hold on. Okay, so he's finally down sleeping, but one of the doctors called me in the morning and I explained to her what was going on. I told him that he wasn't actually doing any better. He just seems more hydrated and now he's peeing. Where before, I didn't know that he was dehydrated because he started nursing more often, more frequently. So I didn't put two and two together. And because his diarrhea is watery, the indication line on the diapers were always blue. So I, not thinking, assumed that there was always pee mixed into it, but not really thinking, oh, it's because the poop is watery. So that was something that I felt super bad about because he was severely dehydrated, and after they gave him the fluids and his diaper, he would poop, which was still watery, but then you can tell all the pee that was in there. He wasn't peeing before, which I was, beating myself up about, but, you're not thinking straight. I don't know. I just stopped beating myself up because, it's not my fault. I didn't know. So his doctor called me. One of the doctors that he saw called me, and I told her what it was, and I told her he wasn't doing any better. and now the rash was down to his legs and everything. And she was like, she wanted to see me sooner because I had made an appointment for Tuesday, with the doctor that we normally just see on the regular, and the one who sent him to the hospital. She wanted to see us sooner, so I was just like, you know what? Yes, I'll bring him in the next day because he's not looking well. So later on that day, he started kind of coming alive. His fever was going down. And he started smiling more. He was starting to get back to Julian, not like this, not who he was. So Dr. Williams called me later on that day, and he was doing better than he was that morning. And I told her everything that was going on, and she's just like, yeah, the rhinovirus doesn't make any sense. I told her how he mentioned the rota, and she's like, that makes complete sense because he got the oral. She's the one who told me he got the oral version of that, and sometimes it causes them to have, obviously, like symptoms of the actual virus because it is the actual virus going into him. So she said it kind of makes sense. The rhinovirus doesn't make any type of sense, but because of his blood work that they screened him for, it came up positive. Yeah, he might have a common cold that he picked up at, in the waiting room or something, because she's like, those symptoms weren't anything to be scared of. Like, that wasn't what sent us to the hospital. So, yes, I know. Don't touch it. No, don't touch it. So she agreed to bring him in sooner than, because she wasn't going to be there until Tuesday. So she was like, definitely bring him in. Definitely leave the paperwork, because she was going to go over it herself, and call me if anything else came up. Yeah, so pretty much I think he just had a reaction to the vaccine, or he just caught a viral infection, which I hate the word viral infection. Like, I just want to know what it is. Like, all of this just to say, oh, he has a viral infection, because they don't know. You know what I mean? And it's just so annoying because you go through so much with the crying and the screaming and the pain. Now his rash, that looks absolutely horrible, which the doctor that he saw today, she's like, kind of looks like an eczema breakout of like an allergic reaction. I don't see why he would have had an allergic reaction to any of like the soaps to cause like eczema, but I'm no doctor. So it's pretty much everything going on with Julian. Jovanni's okay. All the rest of the kids are fine, because I don't know if you know this, but rotavirus is highly contagious. So no one else had any type of symptoms. Jovanni for a while was pooping like a lot more, but he didn't have diarrhea. He was just pooping more often. So that's that. He seems to be getting better. Still really irritable. I don't know if you guys heard him before. He's still super fussy. He's more fussy than what he was before. And I don't want to blame the vaccines, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But especially since Jovanni here is fine. He's completely fine, and he got his vaccines too. Yes, he is.
Yes, Jovanni is fine. And Jovanni got his vaccines. And he's okay. He's just laughing. He's just laughing. The him is okay. And Jovanni is here. I don't know what you're laughing at. Does mommy look funny? Yes, mama looks funny. Your mama looks funny. Hey, mama, you look funny. Mommy has makeup on. You don't recognize her? Then what happened though? Jovanni's right here. Jojo, I told you that I'm putting my hands in my mouth because I am still teething. I don't have no teeth. I want to put everything in my mouth. I want to put everything in my mouth because I want to grow my teeth. I want to grow my teeth because I put everything in my mouth. I put everything in my mouth. I want to put everything in my mouth. Yes. And my mommy said I'm teething. Right? My mommy said I'm teething. Then what are you doing? This is what thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing, this baby? What are you doing with this baby? What are you doing with this baby? What are you doing with this baby? Later on, but since the boys are still sleeping, I'm going to take some time for myself. I've been wanting to make a vision board, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that now since they're sleeping and I feel myself getting overwhelmed. So I'm just going to start on that, and yes, I need to fill the 3 pictures in here. I am aware. On my way to pick up Ariyanna. She comes home today and it's raining, which sucks. Because today is also Alayna's birthday. She turns 5 years old today. So after I pick up Ari, I need to go pick up some more like decorations, because I started like decorating the apartment, like we're having a party for them, because, well, they haven't had a party because we don't know anyone to invite them to a party, and then Avery hasn't been in school, and obviously right now we're not going to have a party because it's COVID, and yeah, so, well, that actually might not be too obvious to some people. Yeah, so I have to stop, probably going to stop at Walmart. I ordered some stuff off of Amazon. at-home party. You about to go party? About to go party, 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 party. That's Julian. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready to see what you look like?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Wow! How do you know?
How did I know?
Let me see, Chiqui.
Where's her earrings?
Oh, wow. Princess Chiqui? I can be Halloween costume.
Monkey.
That's a nice, nice dress.
Right?
It's golden.
Mm-hmm. Who are you?
Gorgeous.
Catherine.
No. It's Belle.
Whoa.
I just finished decorating for Alayna's birthday party. Let me see you, Alayna. Come, let me see your dress. This is all of her decorations. Let me see. Move back, move back, move back. Wow. Whose birthday is it?
Mine.
And how old are you?
5.
Ooh.
I told her that. I'm 7.
Oh, you're 7. Okay. Sounds good.
Mommy, what do you want to do?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alayna. Happy birthday to
getting him ready. Well, he's ready for bed, but he decided to poop. Julian is out there having a fit, but I am about to go ahead. Well, we are about to go ahead and put the boys to bed, put the kids to bed. Everybody's going to bed. Alayna had a blast, which I'm very happy about, with all things considered. But I wanted to go ahead and end the vlog. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.